Hi, my dear students. Hope you are all doing well. Today, I will be discussing with you two important theories about citizenship. The one of the theory is going to be liberal theory of citizenship, which actually, according to this theory, liberal theory of citizenship, civil rights constitute the foundation of citizenship. So when we talk about the citizenship, we have to start from the civil rights, because civil rights are this constitutes the foundation of the citizenship. So the civil rights becomes very important when we talk about the citizenship theory. So these rights reach their logical conclusion through an evolutionary process. So when we talk about these rights, citizenship rights or any other rights from the liberal theory of citizenship, so actually they believe that it reaches their logical conclusion through an evolutionary process. Okay, it is not like an abrupt process, rather it is a gradual process, or it is through evolutionary process which political and social rights come into existence. So this is also known as unilinear theory. So liberal theory of citizenship is also known as unilinear theory of citizenship or evolutionary theory of citizenship. This is very important for my political science students. Now let's see who is the exponent of this theory. T.H. Marshall is regarded the chief exponent of this liberal theory of citizenship. T.H. Marshall, according to T.H. Marshall, citizenship prescribes equal rights and duties, liberties and constraints, powers and responsibilities for different individuals. So this is what actually Marshall believes. Marshall has shown that the idea of citizenship begins with the provision of civil rights and proceeds further by giving rise to political and social rights respectively. Citizenship, according to liberal theory of citizenship embodies the idea of social justice. As we know, the social justice is a very important idea when we talk about the rights, and thus when some people fail to provide for health care, education, in housing, or housing for their family, then as a citizens they are entitled to state assistance. So state's assistance becomes very important, becomes very essential whenever the citizens are not able to take care of their health care, whenever they are not able to go for the education to have a good housing, or for their family, then as a citizens, they are entitled, the state will step in for their support, for their assistance, so that they can have these important necessities, basic necessities. So critics argue that this theory is too much optimistic. The critic says this theory is too much optimistic because here the redistribution of benefits and burdens for the provision of social rights involves taxation of some sections to benefit others. So according to their point of view, they believe that when some people are giving taxes to the state, and then what state does actually, state takes that money and to spend it also for to benefit the poorest of the poor, to benefit the economically disadvantaged sections. So critics says this theory is too much optimistic because given the reason the redistribution of benefits and burdens for the provisions of social rights involves taxation of some of the sections to benefit others. So whatever the state receives the taxes from the people, so that taxes is actually spent in return for the benefit also of the poorest of the poor, to support the economically disadvantaged sections of the society. Then comes the communitarian theory of citizenship. What is communitarian theory of citizenship is a very important question. Communitarian citizenship is also known as Republican theory of citizenship. Communitarian theory of citizenship is known what? The Republican theory of citizenship. It insists on strong bond of affinity between individual and the state. So it creates a lot of a strong relationship between the state and the individual. Okay. So this conception of citizenship conceives the citizen of someone who plays an active role in shaping the future direction of his or her society. So particularly when we talk about the communitarian theory of citizenship, here it becomes very important to tell you that the citizen's role is very important when he because he is the important member of the his society, and his role is very important in shaping in playing his very important role in order to in shaping the future direction of his or her society through political debate, through decision making. So that means that as a citizen he has to he has to play a very active role, very important role, very crucial role in shaping the society through different through his different activities, through his through political debate, through political decision making. So he can play a very important role. And some of the thinkers who are actually the exponents of the communitarian theory of citizenship are actually uh, Hannah Arendt. Hannah Arendt has written a book, The Human Condition, Michael Walzer, Spheres of Justice, Benjamin Barber, Strong Democracy. So these are all scholars who are supporting the communitarian theory of citizenship. And then the main tenet of this theory of citizenship is that this communitarian theory of citizenship is that the citizen should identify himself with the community, because no every human being is the important part and parcel of his community to which he belongs, where he lives actually. So therefore his role becomes very important towards his community, and that's what is the main thrust, main concern of the communitarian theory of citizenship. And therefore this every citizen must play a very active role in his society, in his state, and it is his political life, then he can contribute substantially to the realization of the common good. And what he needs to do is actually he has to work for the common good of the society, of his society. He has to work for the common good of the state. And in other words, we can say uh, an individual can become a citizen of a community in the true sense of the term by assisting himself with the culture, traditions, beliefs, and sentiments that community in actual sense. When the citizen will try to assimilate with his community, and he will believe strongly the culture, the values, and the beliefs and the sentiments of that community, and he will try to contribute towards that community, then in real sense he is actually, then the this is the main thrust or main objective of the communitarian theory of citizenship, that a citizen needs to play an active role for the community welfare, for the development of the community. And because he must believe in the same ideals, the same culture, and the same traditions of that community, and he has to show there a lot of assimilation towards his community. According to critics, what critics actually they say, according to critics argue that this model of citizenship would only be suitable to a small homogeneous society with common traditions as existed in the 4th BC or Athens and 15th century Florence. So they will tell you that according to critics, this theory will not work in the modern period of time. It is more, we can say, it can work, it is suitable in a small homogeneous society. And that is the viewpoint of the that is the view of the the people who are actually who are the critics of this theory, communitarian theory of citizenship. So this was something which I wanted to tell my students, to share with my students. One was the liberal theory of citizenship, and the second was the communitarian theory of citizenship. See you next time with my another lecture. Take care of yourself. Have a nice day. Stay blessed.